right there?
Yeah, I'm tired of all your
Hey, boy, you get a backhand quicker.
Well, it's like you, look, you got that, you got, like, why lotion?
I don't know, that's supposed to go to the house. I don't know why the hell that's in here. I agree. No, that needs to be in
bug
here.
bite. It's
NASCARs, like why we do NASCARs.
That's a gift.
You know, nasal spray stuff. That's
yeah,
you.
This is my office.
Lip balm.
Yeah. I just put some on.
Little, you know, another Hot Wheels car. A little jerry can thing.
It's a gas can. I don't know about this jerry can.
We can sit here and play this game all day.
You know, I need room for my coffee, so I'm getting that. So
all right. Here is the lavender cold brew.
Get off my hand!
Tomatoes! Wolftick Nation, thank you guys for tuning into once again another Wolftick Videos episode. We are glad you guys are here because on today's episode we are riding the old trusty GT Aggressor Pro size small frame. We've done some upgrades to this bike. We've got the new tires on here. We've got a new crankset, and the latest of additions, we have got a new SunRace 11 to 40 tooth cassette.
No,
SunRace 11 to 40 tooth cassette.
I was thinking the Acolyte.
11 to 40 tooth cassette we've got on this bike. We are fixing to do the real-time review on the GT Aggressor Pro. We're going to talk about all these upgrades, and you know, maybe some people just don't have the money to throw at a bike like this or a build like this and start upgrading big upgrades at a time. So we've kind of done a trial and error type deal, and we've stuck with the exact same derailleur on this bike, but we just upgraded the cassette. And then with same wheel set, but we've upgraded with some used tires. And then we spent $52 on a cassette or on a crankset to put on this bike. So it's definitely just slow improvements over time. Is it going to be worth it? We're all fixing to find out here in a minute on the Cat's Meow. And then also on today's episode, it has been a minute. Get ready for the music. Yes, we are going to be doing the long-awaited viewers rides.
Well, play the music.
Yeah, we are going to be doing the viewers rides, guys. We show viewers rides from all over the world, and me and Wolfman just kind of talk about them. We might talk a little bit of crap about them. You never know.
We might enjoy it. We might, you know, whatever. It's just, it's good. You know, we'll try to find some different stuff there, a little variety.
Yeah, should find a little bit of variety. Show you guys some stuff out there. Maybe we might find a GT Aggressor Pro. Maybe some Schwinn aluminum comps. I don't know. All right, guys. So without further ado, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get riding on this GT Aggressor Pro. And then let's go to some viewers rides.
Whoa. What are you doing?
I'm eating my tenders. Daddy needs some energy.
I've got plenty of energy.
Dude, I need some, it's hot.
Good.
I need some carbs, that's what I'm doing. You can get your B-roll while I'm eating. Slow-mo.
Gratuitous.
All right, guys, here we go with the GT Aggressor Pro. Fully upgraded for really not that much. I mean, the cassette is like a $28 cassette, I think, and our homeboy, the merch man himself, William Page, sent it to us. So thank you so much, William Page, for providing that. The crankset's $52, pedals $24, $26. The chainring, you can select if you want to come with the crankset, and you guys can check out the affiliate links in the description below, so everything will be down there for you. And it's with using the exact same micro shift 26 derailleur and the shifter and the chain. So I mean, I think the 42 is really going to help out. Let's test it out here. Okay, we're in first gear. All right, let's go into another little climb here. It just really makes a big difference in areas like this with just having to climb. I think Greg Nowak said it best, you know, this chain is a little short, but you're not riding in first gear the entire time you're on a mountain bike. So I'm not really going to worry about it. Not only that, but the plus side to having a short chain, you don't get a lot of chain slap when you're going to be in 8th gear. So I'm looking forward to not having a lot of chain slap going down the Cat's Meow. But yeah, this is great, and it's quiet. GT Aggressor Pro is definitely one of our favorite bikes on the channel, and we were able to get this one for $299. That's not the case now, but it is a solid performer and probably the strongest frame I've ever ridden. So if everything goes good with this real-time review, we get down to Cat's Meow, everything holds up, limited chain slap, and we're happy with what we've done with it so far, I want you guys to let us know, when the time comes, what do you think should be the next upgrade on this bike? Should we be looking at a bar and stem, keep that budget, maybe do a budget fork on here, a whole front end? Dude, these pedals are super nice. Now you guys are probably giving me crap on my foot placement, but my right foot's got to be right there. Like that, because I'll clip that camera off the back end. But yeah, man, the micro shifter up here is shifting very nicely, and it's very snappy on the SunRace back there. 11 to 40 tooth, and we did have that 11 to 34. Now let's talk about that Maxxis tire that we've got up here as well. These are used tires, and we have them on some different builds. That thing is tracking very well. I'm not really getting a good feel for the rear tire just yet. I'm sure when we start some downhill, we'll get to see how fast or how slow this bike is. But that front tire is super meaty, and it's nice that it's just gripping all over the place. Wherever you point this thing, it will go, and it will not slide. It's a 2.8, and I think that's, I mean, you could probably fit like a 3 on the front end of this thing. There's a lot of room on the sides of this stock fork that comes with the GT Aggressor Pro. You guys let me know what you think as far as round and oval chain rings go. This thing is amazing as far as I love an oval chain ring. We've said it on the install. I've said it all this time. It makes a big difference in my opinion as far as the climbing department goes, where it's supposed to count, and I think it really does. You don't get that weird dead spot where you're kind of stuck in between thinking, oh man, do I have to backpedal here? What exactly do I do to keep on continuing to climb? You've got the leg power to do it, but it's just very awkward. With the ovals, you don't really fall ever into that category again. It makes a big difference, and you just get tons of torque and tons of push out of your legs. All right, we're gonna go on sidecar, put this 32 tooth oval chain ring to the test a little bit more. Again, we're going to go to first gear, super snappy, super fast, very, I mean, minimal change that we had to do as far as the tuning goes on this thing to get this cassette to really work. It was just a B tensioner is really all we had to do. And maybe some of you guys out there are thinking, well, you might ought to go ahead and lengthen that chain, puts a couple links back in there, which you could do. But like I said, I think it's going to be just fine where it's at. And it's going to help minimize the chain slap whenever you're in 8th gear too, so that's a plus. And there is no chainstay protector on this bike. They do ship it out with a clear decal, but I want to get a good sense for how loud it is, if it's loud at all, because I'm sure we're going to be riding in 8th gear. And then if it is, or if it beats up that chainstay, we've got some protectors that our boy Raxman sent us a while back. But yeah, man, big difference as far as the weight, right? We lost a lot of weight. We're close to being in the 20s. We're not there just yet, almost. I was disappointed when this bike did not go into the 20s. But I mean, you still got to think, guys, we got that big old heavy sun tour up there, and that's taking a lot of my energy right now, because whenever I go to pedal or stand up, it's just absorbing all of the pump of my legs. But yeah, GT Aggressor Pro, not a bad bike out of the box at all. And I mean, this thing drops back down to $299. We were probably going to buy another one. All right, top of the Cat's Meow. Guys, it's 100 degrees out here. Humidity is insane. There's nobody else out here that's riding a bike at the moment. There's just one hiker, and you know, hikers, they all got issues. We're fixing to hit the Cat's Meow. We just got up to the top of it with the GT Aggressor Pro. So far, so good. The 40 tooth makes a big difference. I'm just curious how the chain slap's going to sound, because every time I ride on these trails and I'm going downhill, I always have it like in 8th or 9th or 10th or 11th or 12th gear, whichever speed the bike is, just to get full speed out of it, because I like to pedal in between, especially on this trail where those little drops are right before we hit the between the tree segment. Let's call Wolf Mail, let's let them know everything is good, and then we're going to be dropping that seat post, and you guys know what time it's going to be then. All right, Dad, just got to the top of the Cat's Meow, about to go down it, so I want to let you know.
All right, have fun.
I could really go for one of those goos. All right, guys, let's do it. Okay. Now, I was telling one of the fans in the parking lot earlier, he has gotten an R-door, and he was super excited to meet us. And I forgot his name. And he had an R-door, and it's similar to this bike. And if you're watching, dude, I want you to think about what you're watching here, because he has an ardor and everybody's trying to talk him into the whole idea about getting a Marin or getting a Trek or a Santa Cruz. And he's like, man, I like watching you guys' videos because you actually show us what all you can get into, you know, or what upgrades you can do. Now, if you're watching, like I said, man, we just did a cassette on this, a one by, small changes over time. You'll get to actually learn your bike, and then you can start with some more upgrades. Maybe a fork, the bar, stem, things like that. Maybe a dropper in the future. And then once you kind of top out, you know, at this level and go, okay, well, that bike is everything I wanted it to do. You want to do it William Page style. Then you go and you buy another bike, put a little bit more money into it, maybe spend a little bit more money into it so you can learn as you go. Now, I'm a firm believer in learning as you go, and trial and error sometimes the best times to do that. And with this bike, just like this whole build that we've been doing, luckily we have done the trial and error, and now kind of some trial and error still involved, but for the most part, stuff that we know that's going to work, and it's doing it the smartest way, one step at a time and not spending a bunch of money to do it. So if you guys are all about that here at Wolftick Videos, man, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you ain't part of the channel. We got the Barzo in the rear, the Icon Plus in the front. Let's get all these cameras going. Okay. And then we're going to get after it. Seat post is dropped. We got all the cameras going. Standing room only. It's going to be a t-shirt one of these days. Let's go ahead and start shifting this thing to 8th. I got to sit down just for a second. And then we're going to get after it. They just resurfaced the cat's meow. So it's the perfect time to be hitting this trail. Let me get some pumps in there and listening to some of this chain slap. It's super smooth right now. Let's see here. God, this small, I can row it so much. Okay, we're getting some chain slap for sure. Not as bad as it used to be, and it's way in the back now. It's no longer in the front like it was. This crankset's freaking, it is stiff, it's tight, feels really good, unlike all that chatteriness and looseness of the stock GT with the 3x up there. Get some pedaling in here. That fork's wanting to fall apart. Oh my gosh, this thing's a jumper, man. Man, the small. Okay, we got the tabletops. Ah, 1, 2, and oh! Oh man, messed with the camera up front. There we are. Woo! Dude, that little third tabletop, man. They ain't joking around with it. Okay. Let's look and let's see if we still got everything on here. Everything feels super solid and super tight. The biggest difference I can feel right off the bat is going to be with the tires. And what I mean is they are super stable. This thing comes with not a 2.8 in the rear and or a 2.6 in the rear and not a 2.8 up front. The bike stays controlled under me and I can feel the tires making contact. I love that about it. We are getting a lot of chain slap though. And you can see how loose that chain is. Not as tight as I'd like it to be. This microshift does not have a clutch or a stabilizer or anything like that, okay? Stock, super loose, but I mean, it's not falling off, and that's important. 32 tooth oval up there, we're doing good. These pedals are sweet, my feet are sticking to them. Man, I'm loving the simplicity. Let's take it down the rest of the trail. We got the spot between the trees and the tire test area. All right, yeah, dude, I'm loving the feel of the Maxxis up front and the Barzo in the rear. Okay, that's some leaves. All right, we got the spot between the trees. Let's see how this goes. Oh! Rough landing, but dude, the chain's still on there. Little drops here. Okay, we got some tight turns, followed by a little bit of berms and some pumps. Yes. Okay, then we got the tire test area. I'm a little sketchy about it, but come on, give it to me. Yes. Woo! Okay, tires are sticking very good. The Icon Plus up front, man, the Maxxis is digging, and that rear, it might be a little slow, but buddy, can I get down into those turns up there where there was no berm? I was able to actually grip. And you know that feeling right before a tire's about to slide out from under you? That little bit of sketchiness, and you're thinking, oh no, here it goes. I was having that with the Icon in the front. And then, like we said in the review a long time ago, dude, once you start getting a little more aggressive riding with these tires, that's when they start to wake up, and that's exactly what the Barzo and the Maxxis did. So very cool on that. Dude, this is a successful build so far. But all right, guys, let's get back to the truck. Let's go talk to Wolfman about the build. once again on the GT Aggressor Pro. Dude, this bike is just so nice because these upgrades that we've done to it for cheap, mind you, they're all really good stuff. I mean, we've made some really good decisions. We try to tell people all the time, you don't have to go out, and that's kind of what I was talking about at the top of the cat's meow. You don't have to go out and spend a whole bunch of money. Man, just throw a little bit here and there and upgrade over time, right? And a lot of just trial and error. And I have to say, one of my favorite upgrades is going to have to be these tires, the Barzo and the Maxxis.
Oh, imagine it's a big upgrade.
I mean, holy crap, the Maxxis, there gets to the point when you're riding where you start to kind of point your tire somewhere and you know it's fixing to slide out from under you or wash out. The front tire starts to do that, and then these are those famous tires where we always said you get a little bit more aggressive with them and they start to perform. Definitely the story with these Icon Pluses. The rear, you were talking about, we were kind of mentioning that, you know, this thing might roll a little bit slower. Super fast. I mean, still, it might be a little medium to fast, you know, maybe not as fast as it used to be with the little skinnies on there, but I would much take the grip over the speed. Let's talk about the crankset. Crankset super smooth. Those RockBros pedals are great. They're sticking like, literally like sticking into these shoes, so that's great. The problem is there is a tad bit of chain slap back there, but we knew that was going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Even with that chain being a little short, it's
yeah.
chain slap.
You know, Greg Nowak called it. You know, he's like, you're not going to be riding in first gear the whole time anyway. If you were, then you might cause some a little bit of concern. But I mean, we were in first gear for some parts out there, but for the most part, we're in 7th and 8th gear, rocking it, and there is a little bit of chain slap. But what's nice is to know that that chain slap's coming from the rear derailleur. Not once did I have a chain drop or anything like that. Appreciate you guys watching so much. William Page sending us the SunRace group set on this that you had the Acolyte on. Oh yeah, the SunRace cassette. Thank you so much for sending us that and thinking about your boys. I told you we would use it eventually. It's only been like 3 years, but we finally got that used. Guys, anything on this bike that you see now, make sure you guys check down in the description below. We'll put some affiliate links for you guys. And man, if you want to help support and show your boys some love, please check out the Buy Us a Cup of Coffee link. And what do you guys say? Let's jump over and let's go do a little bit of viewers' rides.
Yeah, fine.
All right, guys, long awaited. Finally going to be doing a viewers' rides, and what better ride, what better person to break it out with than Greg Nowak with his 9er Rip 9.
Mr. Positive. Greg's always
he's super positive, and I mean, how couldn't you be whenever you wake up in the morning, you go out to the garage and you got that.
Well, he's got a few projects that are pretty good.
I know it, man.
Yeah, he's done some stuff. I love the tan walls.
Dude, the orange frame.
You gonna talk about what it is?
This bike looks super good. Yeah, this is the 29er RIP 9. It's got an IXF 32 tooth oval chainring on it. Okay, he's got an LT 11-speed group set.
He likes the L2 stuff.
Tektro hydraulic brakes. I mean, this thing has like been Wolfticked already. It's got a Bucklos 120 up front, and it's got a D&M rear shock on it.
Yeah, it's definitely got some Wolftick inspirations on it, it seems
and
like,
some Patron inspirations as well. And Greg's a patron as well.
Yes.
So Greg, thank you so much for sending in the pictures of your ride. Okay, the only downs, I'm not too sure about the lime on the seat, the green on the seat, the grips, and the pedals.
What's weird?
A little strange.
I kind of liked it. I thought it kind of broke it up a little.
You think so?
Yeah, like kind of like the original GT.
Greg, I'm gonna need you to change those.
No,
okay?
No, you don't need to change anything.
But super good looking ride. I appreciate you sending the pictures in. It really caught me by surprise when you told me that that was his bike when I was getting to look at the pictures of it. But all right, Greg Nowak, we will see you on the Patreon, man. All right, next ride up, we've got David Ruiz with his sweet looking Schwinn aluminum comp.
Dude,
is that awesome?
That is one wild looking comp.
And he's got the Humelo downhill fork up front like he did with the GT. He got the gold stanchions.
I see that. That's that's really what sets that bike off.
No, it really is. I mean, that thing is awesome looking. He's got, I think it's a carbon fiber seat post tube, and he says
I was wondering what that seat post tube is like glowing.
Yeah, he says that seat is definitely not as is about as comfortable as it looks. He says they're not quite the comp Zerkers. What I mean by that is he may or may not have his wife's bike on here as well.
Oh,
all right. Homeboy's from Oklahoma City.
Homeboy.
He's got a Bucklos wheel set, IXF Crankset with the Wake 720 bar, and he's also rocking. You can tell he's been watching some Wolftick videos. He's rocking the Maroka M4 brakes.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Yeah, very good looking bike.
Did you end up liking the M4s quite a bit, or?
Yeah, they're okay.
They were kind of okay.
Kind of mixed bag.
Yeah.
Not as strong as I want them to be. But what I really like about that is the red accents.
Yeah. To me,
boom!
Whoa!
Look at that!
Whoa, you threw me off.
I had to. This is his wife's bike, right?
Okay.
And he says, "Man, I want to get into mountain biking and stuff," and she wanted to join him, so she's got the Schwinn aluminum comp, the women's I always talk about. Yes. And look, he's doing things right. He's got the, I think it's a fun bar on there, pink grips, pink pedals.
Does the pink grips and pedals bother you with that frame and all that?
No.
Oh, well, okay, well.
It goes together very well. Looking forward to him.
I think it's fine,
Looking forward to him finishing out this build on his wife's bike. He showed all the love to his...
That seat looks a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, a lot more comfortable. That's your style seat.
Well,
you know, he's been
not
showing
quite
all that
my
love
style.
to his wife's bike, or to his bike. I'm sure his wife's a little jealous and like, hey, you know, let's get some, give me an air fork or something. Come on now.
Yeah.
But all right, David, appreciate you and your wife's rides with the Comp Zerkers. Well, not quite Comp Zerkers, but you know what I mean. Next bike, what do you think about that picture?
I think it looks too damn cold, and not for me. That's right off the bat, I have to say that.
Well, this is Sabrina with her Trek Marlin 6 WSD.
Do you have to say it like
that? Sabrina is from Sweden.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, isn't that awesome or what?
Okay, well, that explains the weather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's very proud of her bike. She calls it the Monster. It's got a 760 carbon bar, 11-speed Diore, Holotech with a Holotech.
You can't just say Dior, you gotta say Diore.
Diore. Holotech bottom bracket, oval 32 tooth chainring. I love it because all of these bikes I think so far have all had oval chainrings.
Yeah.
RockShox Revolution 140 up front, and Homegirl is rocking some SRAM level hydraulic brakes with Vittoria Barzo front and rear. Those are some damn good tires.
I didn't know you could get the Barzos in the tan wall.
I'm sure they're probably like $100 each. Huh. You know, Sabrina, very good looking bike. I'm with Wolfman. I don't know about the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess if you don't have any choice, but
well, if you do, you just stay inside. You know, I don't know. There's a choice there.
So don't ride the bike to stay in.
Yeah,
Come on.
That's a super good looking bike.
Yeah. No,
the tan,
it's clean.
I mean, the tan goes so good with the turquoise frame.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I do. I kind of like that.
Yeah. But Sabrina, thanks so much for sending in your picture of your bike. Happy riding to you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Next bike we have got is Anthony Guinta with his GT Aggressor Pro.
Is that the pronunciation there?
I couldn't help but look at his background. Look at old Biggie on the wall back there. Okay, he is a Giants fan.
Hey,
and he's a Yankees fan.
Well, I don't know about Yankees, but I definitely like the Giants. That's my team.
Says he loves the channel, loves the way that we, you know, all the work and everything we put in. So we appreciate you sending in your bike. He's got a, it was GT Aggressor Pro, of course. He's 43 years old. He just tore his Achilles tendon.
Ooh.
He hasn't got any riding in lately. But he's hoping
I
this
imagine
fall.
not.
Man, we're feeling for you, Anthony. Hopefully you can get out there and get on that bike, man.
Nice bike.
He's rocking the IXF 34 tooth oval chainring. He's got a Judy Silver TK up front, and he's got some Recon. He's got some Recon Maxxis tires, 2.6, both front and rear on it. I'm guessing it must be a large bike.
Are you all dyslexian right now?
I don't know. It must be a large bike.
Yeah, it is, because look at the difference in the top tube and the down tube there.
Oh, yeah. I'm guessing
so
that's
it's a
large, extra large?
Yeah.
Yeah. A very good looking ride and really good looking little man cave you got there, dude. I'm digging that. And he also sent in his wife's bike. I don't know what her name is, but he bought this frame for $135 on eBay. Okay, this is the GT Laguna. The women's Laguna. So he bought it. He's like, you know what, we're gonna get some riding in together, and bam, look at that.
That's awesome. Yeah.
He said, you know, he's mainly
got
just
your purple accents.
Yeah, exactly. He's got the purple accents, and he's got the oil slick IXF with the oil slick seat post tube. He says, I want to show her a little bit of love in that department. Kind of similar to how we did to Melissa's bike. Yeah.
Yeah.
With her GT Laguna. So he got some inspiration off of that, I guess.
Good.
It looks like she needs an air fork, dude. You need to hook her up with the air fork up front. I bet he took that off of his bike and threw it on there. I guarantee you that's what he did. He's like, here, you get the coil. Man, get her an air fork, dude. But Anthony Guinta, appreciate you sending in your bike pictures along with everybody else. Hopefully you get that Achilles fixed up, dude, and you get some more riding in here. But
I mean, it takes time to heal.
I know it does. But all right, guys. Well, that was another Viewers Rides.
No pun intended.
Another GT Aggressor, another GT Aggressor Pro episode. Man, you make sure you guys stick around, turn notifications on, and as always, please make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're any part of the Wolftick Nation, and make sure you guys answer some of those questions I had in that video about maybe some possible upgrades that should be coming soon. All right, man. Another Viewers Rides out of the way.
Finally.